asked me summer or winter, I'd pick summer. Like, when the clocks go back, I'll probably have a little cry.
Okay.
And it's so dark and it's just like so depressing. Anyway.
I love it. I think I'm with Rihanna. I think it's so nice when it gets cozy.
Oof, no.
Also, babe, you live in London. It's not nice in the heat.
It's nicer in the heat than it is in the blinking cold.
Blinking cold.
Welcome back to Leave a Message, guys. We've had a couple of weeks off and we are rusty.
And don't we know it? Yeah, God, we have, haven't we?
Wait, we've had a long time off this pod.
Were we not here last week?
No. We had a meeting last week.
Oh, we came in. That's why I'm confused.
Yeah, well, I reckon we've had a month off this.
No way.
Yeah, I don't think we've recorded for a month. So, guys, hold on to your hats. This could be, touch and go.
You haven't noticed, obviously, because we have been releasing episodes every week.
Well done us.
Really good at how we've done that. I will never know with all the holidays we've had.
Shocking, really. Don't worry, we're now back. September to December, no one's going anywhere. We might go for a weekend away, but we shan't be missing a Tuesday.
I'm sure people listening will relate to the feeling of being a bit rusty post-summer. Do you know what I mean? Also, you don't take your job seriously in summer, do you? Because you clock off early and you take holiday, you take all your leave. And do you know what I mean? So maybe you're also heading back to work this week or back to the office and you're a bit like, oh,
there is nothing worse.
When you actually can't remember what you do for work.
I always used to get this, I couldn't remember my password to log into my laptop.
Yeah, that always happens.
That's the best thing. That's when you know you had a really good holiday.
Yeah, you switched off. Yeah. Although sometimes I think, when you get back on that first day after holiday and you look at your inbox, you think, oh, was it worth it? To have that many emails when I come back?
Oh, it made me think I've got to get a job that pays me more so I can go on more holidays. What am I doing here in this miserable office?
No, but even if you get paid more, you don't necessarily get more holiday.
Oh, that is true.
You've forgotten what it's like to have 28 days.
Sorry. 28 days is so stingy.
Yeah, 28 days. I really do think that's stingy.
How many weeks is that? 5 weeks?
No, not even. 4.
4 times 4. 5. Yeah, no, 5.
Well, yeah, no, I guess because you don't count the weekend. That's quite a lot, actually.
Across the whole year.
No one goes on like 2-week holidays a year. That's like a lot of money and a lot of time.
No, I know. But also then I always think by the time you get to Christmas, you must be knackered. You've got to save some for Christmas.
You've got to save holiday for Christmas.
Okay, the one good thing about PR, and this is the only thing I will say that does sell the industry, is that you get the days between Christmas and like the 2nd of January for free. You don't have to take them. The office is closed.
Loads of places do that. The Beeb does that.
So basically find an industry where you get those days for free. I'd actually put that high on the high priority list for criteria for a new job.
I think it's actually sick in the head people that don't do that.
What are you doing on 26th of December?
Oh, God, working in Tesco. You've got to be there, haven't you? When do they open again? 27th?
I hope they get paid triple.
Oh, it must be overtime.
Yeah.
I used to love that. Pay and a half.
As you should.
Yeah, really good.
So anyway, yeah, that's that, isn't it? We've been away, but you won't have noticed. But today you might noticed,
Noticed.
Today you might noticed.
You might noticed that we can't speak properly because it's been so long.
So effing long. But today we have an exciting episode lined up by producer Rihanna.
Producer Rihanna has not had a day off. She's been busy at work because everyone keeps voice noting her. It's brilliant. She said I was inundated. Didn't know what to do with them all.
We've actually banked 2 weeks worth of content now, everyone. Thank you so much for showing up.
Really good.
We also got some images, which is really great. So for future messages, please send in. We're not going to share them on the show, but just gives a bit more context.
Yeah, for us, we like the reference.
Yeah, but maybe Rich could put them in the video.
No, babe. I think we're going to have to start signing consent forms and things if we do that. That's not right.
No, sorry. This is a separate topic. But if you're sending the picture to a voice noted group that you know is going to be on a podcast... No, sorry, Rihanna's shaking her
I agree. I think it's probably safe space.
It's like saying...
But sending it to Ali G and Rihanna is a bit different to showing it to 6,000 people on YouTube.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Fine.
Babe,
ideally,
people are entitled to their private lives.
Sorry, I do keep forgetting that.
As we are reminded constantly by Pori Pyatt. And he was not entitled to a private life on holiday.
No, and there was no private life to be had on holiday.
We had him in his trunks on TikTok and he just had to get over it.
And actually he loved it. And when he watched it, he was like, that's so funny. And I was
and when we were filming it, he was like, I don't really see the vision. And we were like, just relax yourself. You will get it.
But this is the thing, when you must show and tell with him.
Yeah.
Now he understands the vision. Perhaps we might get him to do one thing a month, guys. You might get lucky.
Yeah, one thing a month.
One thing a month.
Well, everyone's gassed by him.
It was a great video, by the
Thanks.
way. I really enjoyed the
Thanks.
content.
Do we need to do an intro?
This is Leave a Message.
We forgot what we're doing. Shall I do it? You always do it.
I think, you should do it. But I do think that we should have a pre-recorded intro.
You've said this quite a few times now.
Rahana, how do you feel about it?
I am actually very pro it, but maybe we should ask the Gallies.
Gallies, do you like I think, to be honest, Al, this isn't an insult. You do it the same every week.
True.
So I don't think it's...
Maybe we need to nail down the script.
You've got it nailed. I could do your script right now.
Okay, go on
I think.
then.
Oh, yeah, we've got to do an intro. Okay, this is Leave a Message. This is the podcast by the Gallies for the Gallies. My name's Ali. This is G. And we're going to get into the voice notes. That's what you do.
Is my voice that annoying? Wow.
We haven't picked a name.
Oh.
What's a Greek name? We've just been to Greece, everyone.
Oh, I don't know. We need to stop doing this because we're just culturally appropriating left, right, and
I
centre.
don't think it's
aren't we?
culturally appropriating name.
because we never pick actual, like the Spanish name was so dodgy.
What was his name? Yanis.
Yanis is a Greek name.
Apparently that's cultural appropriation called in.
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know. You just said it was cultural appropriation.
I think there's worse ways to culture appropriate.
Than just to like give a stereotyping,
Typical.
I guess is what it is.
Absolutely. Oh, sorry, Yanis.
No, I
You've been.
think it's a stereotype.
Yanis, the Greek
picking
man. Stavros. That would be.
Stavros.
No, don't pick Stavros because that is stereotyping.
The guy though in the villa, his name was Stavros.
Was it?
Yeah.
See? All Greek men. Hashtag not all Greek men. I like Yanis.
Yanis. Okay. Yanis number 1. Hit it.
Hello, ladies. Context. This is 2022. So flashback a couple of years ago. Feels like ancient history now. I'm 4 years into a relationship with someone that I met in high school. It's been a little bit up and down, but like nothing absolutely crazy. Flash forward, we're in the summer. We've just been on holiday. We're both graduating uni. And my boyfriend gets a text on his phone from like a random number. And it was said, "Are you still with blank?" My name. I know you give us different names, so I won't say. But, and then it was like, "You're way too good for her." And then he sent me a text saying like, "Oh, do you know who this number is?" I checked my phone and I didn't know the number. Obviously, I text this girl because I was like, "What? Who's saying that my boyfriend's too good for me? Like, what the hell?" And then this girl proceeds to WhatsApp me pictures of my boyfriend's journal from January that year of him writing like absolutely heinous things about me. So one of the things was, "I can't see her ever being the mother of my children." Yeah. Pause for a gasp there. I'm expecting a gasp. The other thing was, he called me half bitch in brackets in every sense of the word, comma, half C word. I used to like maybe cross when there was a car coming, like, and I didn't see it. And then he'd say like, "Get run over next time, see if I care." And he wrote that in his journal as well. So like he's writing all this shit, like literally horrible things. And bearing in mind some context, at the time, we didn't know that I was autistic. I sort of knew that there was something maybe not like completely typical about me. But since then, I've since been diagnosed as autistic. And a lot of these problems that he had were to do with sort of like my autism. So literally, I'm on the way up to his graduation in a car with his dad, his brother and his mum. And I'm getting these texts through. And I'm like, there is no way in hell I'm going to your graduation. I'm going to sit there whilst we're clapping you across the stage with a smile on my face after this. I was like, this is ridiculous. And like, when I brought it up to him, he sort of just said like, "You can't blame me. I was in such a bad place, like mental health wise." And listen, call me a bitch any day, call me a any day. But to have worded it half bitch, half like that's Shakespearean. That's taken a lot of thought and a lot of sort of like gone through all of the processes before you put that pen to paper. And this is the point where I tell you, disappoint the nation, or at least all of the Gallies, and say that I did stay with him. There's still that little bit of doubt in me that like, does he feel like he wants me to be the mother of his children now? And yeah, I'm sorry this is so long, Rahana. I'm really, really sorry. But I am autistic, so if you're annoyed at me, then that's ableist. Okay, love you guys, bye.
Okay, there is so much to unpack. I think we should start by saying no one ever disappoints us by staying with anyone, because we've all been there.
And also, you like, life's a journey.
Yeah.
You have to like go through the motions to learn the things that you need to. Like,
we say all the time, like you said to me, like when you're leaving a relationship, only you can do that. You're steering that ship, honey. So no one's disappointed in you for staying, because it's going to take you as long as it takes you to eventually leave this person, please.
I'm actually sorry. I actually like have no words, because you asked me what I would do, babe. I would literally get in my car, sellotape him to the fucking road and drive him over. Like, I'm not joking.
Drive him over.
I would literally.
Drive him over.
I would
Drive him over what?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, no defamation.
Well, no plot to kill. Don't worry.
No, I'm not a murderer. In my heart, I'm not a murderer. But in my fantasy, I would shoot him with a bow and arrow. I'd put a sword through his beating heart.
I'm going to challenge you.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I know what you're like when you're on a rampage in your journal. What kind of things have you written in your journal?
About Raw? I've never...
Raw, me, your sister, your mum.
Okay, I'll tell you what I've written. Like, he's so fucking annoying. I wouldn't, like, if it's got to the point where you're like, I can't...
Insulting her and her personality and her now autism that we know now...
Okay, it's one thing to write, she's a little bitch, she didn't let me wear her jeans or whatever. Or like, she's stolen my sunglasses or whatever it is. To be like, I can't ever see her as the mother of my children. She's half bitch, half sorry.
That is wild.
What? So creative.
It's Shakespearean.
It is, but obviously I'm not saying it's a good thing.
But if you're going to insult me well, and you did, thank you so much.
Also, if I had then found out, like, what, I don't know, no judgment, babe, because as she's just said, like, no one's ever disappointing us. I'm just saying, like, knowing myself and the rage that lives within me, I wouldn't even be able to look at him.
Yeah, I think you're right to not be able to, like, you're right. You can get over the fact that, like, one day he thought you were half bitch, half but
yes.
to really, because also I think from thinking about it the other way around, it's really deep to look at your partner and to realise that you wouldn't actually want to have kids with them. And even if he said that in a fit of rage, he wrote it down. I always think when you've managed to, there's things we think, right, that we're like, I would never say that out loud, but I've thought it just because it's like, I'm cross or I'm upset or whatever, or my mind's just like, running wild. But when you actually like take the time to sit and write, you're kind of giving that airtime. And that is quite a deep thing to say about your partner. Okay, if Raw had said that, if you'd found that in his journal, you're just driving over him, are you, in a car? Allegedly. You might want to do that.
Yeah, I might. I'd definitely kick him out of the house.
Yeah, I don't think you would stay with him after that.
I don't, unless he was like, I was on like ayahuasca when I wrote that, I would be like, then what is the point of us being together? Because if that's something that you want in your life, to have children and you see yourself being with that person, then like, what are you still doing here? Like, get out then. Why are you with me?
Also, there are some things you can't unhear. And that might be one of them for me.
Yes.
Like,
I agree. It's the same thing looking in someone's eyes when you know they've cheated on you. Like, how can you retrust that person? I personally don't know.
What, as in they've looked at you and lied, and you believed them in that moment, and then you later found out they'd been lying. Yeah.
Like, it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know there's a side to them that like is not good vibes.
Also, babe, there is something to be said. Like, we can kind of chat a bit about like how you had like a late diagnosis with your like neurodivergence, but that is you, whether you were diagnosed at that time or not. Those things about you make you you, and he was insulting them. So like, whether now he knows you're autistic, so he's more tolerant of those things, fine. But also you kind of want the person you're with to love those things about you, whether they have a label or not.
Oh, I don't know, babe. I reckon on Saturday, if Raw had a journal, wouldn't have even bothered with half bitch. He would have just said she's a total fucking bitch.
Yeah, potentially.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Well, so you're saying if like you behaved like a bitch and then later we diagnosed you with something,
I was still a bitch.
Enabled your bitchiness. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I do know what you mean.
I think they're too. It depends if there are other
crossing
things.
The road thing, like, or like next time I'll just let you be hit by the car. Like, that is just a bit like not very caring and loving. I don't know what's going on there.
He said that to her face.
I can't remember whether he just wrote that in the journal.
Why would you write that down? Like, what a weird thing to write.
He went on a hate campaign.
Yes, yes.
In his own
he went
spare
on a smear
time.
campaign, but like a private smear campaign, which is just weird.
You've got to let some things out, but that is a lot.
It's scary to think about what people actually think about you.
Babe,
I know.
I always think that if you could read other people's minds, the things that people must think about you.
I don't think I'd be able to make it through life, to be honest.
No.
If you could read, you've got this. What's that? Would you rather you always do?
Would you rather? What is it?
It's something like if you could read a book.
Okay. Would you rather? So there's a book about everything that anyone has ever said about you, good and bad, and who said it and when. So like, I don't know, maybe you said to someone in the street, oh yeah, Ali was wearing jeans today. I don't know. Everything, but then also the times that like people had said I was a bitch or whatever. All of that's in this big long book, and the options are you can either read it, but when you can't just read half of it and stop. You have to read the whole thing or never read it. Obviously, I'd read it.
I'd never read it.
How long would I have to read it?
Well, it depends. It depends how
She
much
gets
people are
so
talking
bored.
about.
She's like, oh, I can't be told again that I'm beautiful.
No, you have to read.
It's getting so dull.
It takes me a while to
You
get
have
through a
to
book
read the whole
sometimes.
thing, but you'd have to do it in one sitting. It's not like an exam.
Oh, okay, fine.
You have to.
You just have to read it, even if it's like getting really sticky bum. Like,
And
you know, if
mean
there was like,
stuff, yeah.
you know, the week you're on your period and you're mean to everyone you meet, and then every single person that you'd ever encountered in that time would be like, oh my God, Rahana was a cow. Oh my God, Rahana, I don't like her top.
whatever it is. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go for blissfully ignorant.
Ignorant.
Me too, babe.
Same as her.
You'd read
I'd
it.
have to know. Because also I think like, but this is the same thing. Like now I know he's a snake.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Like, would she be better off not knowing this? It's so hard because journals are tricky. Like, that is a space that should be
Sacred and private. If you want to talk about entitled to your private life.
that should be private. Like, you kind of, everyone, like, okay, you probably wouldn't want your therapy sessions, for example, transcribed and given back to the people in your life you're talking about.
No, I'd have no one left.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, that is your space to do that. And you should, in that space, be able to, as you like to say, feel your full force.
Yeah.
And sometimes that comes out wrong. And I've got people in my life I love, and I've said some things about them that I wouldn't need to say to their face because I don't actually think it will believe it.
It's just in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, or if I'm deep in my feels, I'm like...
But I don't think you've ever written, I wish she got run over by a car, or next time I hope the car hits you. Like, that's a bit fucking...
that's what I've never wished death. I don't think. Maybe back in the day when I was like 13.
No, I've
I'd have
never
been
wished death on anyone.
I wish... Yeah.
No, but like, not for real.
Oh, not...
Like,
listen,
you've got
not for real. If someone gave me the knife, I'm not using it. I'm just writing it down.
Anyway, babe, the moral of the story is you're not disappointing. You have to. You're
amazing.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Fuck him.
Fuck him, really. And like, my strong advice would be maybe like reassess whether he's the right person for you, because it kind of sounds like he's not.
Also, do you know what I'm going to say? Those little niggles at the back of your brain that you think about every time he says something nice, every time it's going well, or every time you're in an argument, they don't go away. They get bigger and worse. And if you have even an inkling that he's not your person, I'd leave sooner rather than later.
That's a great tip. Don't ignore them.
They whisper, and then they shout at you until you're 27 and single. And if you're younger than 27, do it early doors, babe. Get out now.
Till you're a spinster. Don't do
it late. What are you waiting for? It gets worse. My sell-by date is just, it doesn't go up. I'm just going off, slowly going off. So if you can leave him at 24, do.
And shout out to all the girls who are diagnosed late in life.
Yeah, shout out.
You have to contend with a lot of things that nobody really understands.
Also, actually, like, it's girls that are, I guess they're just so good at masking.
Yeah.
And they're so competent.
Yeah.
Like, we can just do stuff that men can't do.
Yeah, whereas actually, like, you're fighting a world of pain, like, all those years waiting. Yeah, so lots of love to you, honey.
Yeah,
we basically just told you to dump your boyfriend. Sorry about that. Before we continue with this week's episode of Leave a Message,
if you want to be part of our group chat, make sure you leave us a voice note using all the details in the episode description.
Now, this can be about anything. Obviously, sometimes we ask you for specific topics, but if you've got a story that you think girls need to hear this, then get voice noting.
Hi, girls. Just wanted to leave a message from America. I haven't heard a lot of American girls call in, but this is kind of a story about America, I guess, and our politics and our love and relationships. So I hope you like it. Myself and my best friend both work full-time jobs in politics. That's how we met. We've always worked for Democrats, which are sort of the equivalent of y'all's Labor Party, I'm pretty sure. And it's hard work. Sometimes it's like 12 to 16-hour days during a big election, but it's very fulfilling and we enjoy it. So she starts her new job back in April and she starts dating this new guy around the exact same time. And they've been together since, and she is so happy. And I'm so happy for her because she's just like, I don't know, she's been through a lot with like the men, you know, and he seems great. Everything's progressed pretty quickly, but still like everything's healthy and good. I haven't heard anything wrong about him. I've only met him once because we're living in different places right now, but I'm just really, really happy for her. And like, he seems like a really great fit. So tell me why just a couple nights ago, she texts me and lets me know that he told her that he won't be voting for like our candidate for president this year, which it's a huge election. It's really important. And the way our political system works is like he lives in a place where it's very important for him to vote. Like him not voting it's not what you want. And it's especially not what you want to hear from the person you love when you're spending like 15 hours a day working to elect somebody as president. So it's really, really devastating. I'm so livid at him because my thing is like, this is obviously a fundamental core value of hers. And he just has been planning this entire time to not vote this year and didn't tell her. And it pisses me the fuck off because like, I don't know, like that's just, it's not something to lie about, in my opinion. This is obviously like a very, very crucial thing to her, a very, very important value to her. I can understand that not everybody feels the same way. And there are plenty of people out there who would be comfortable like disagreeing politically with their partners and it wouldn't be an issue, but not for somebody who works full time in it and like has built their whole life around it. So I'm pissed at him. I honestly don't know the fate of their relationship right now, but she's really sad. And so I am very, very angry.
Just some further context, she did bring it up with him. She confronted him and obviously let him know the implications that voting for one party versus the other could have on a lot of minority groups. And he's dug his heels in, so he's definitely not voting for
anyone.
So is he not voting at all?
He's voting, but he's voting for
Republicans.
The dark
Darth Vader.
The dark side.
Sorry.
Lord Voldemort, my God.
Sure. The Oompa Loompa.
I won't go that far.
So, oh my God, so she fully brought it up and...
Wow, that is
again, a lot to unpack.
Guys, you really...
Come on!
I'm just obsessed with the fact that you're from the States.
That's blown my tiny mind.
Like, what?
Gassed.
I didn't even know that, like, you knew who we were.
Obsessed with you and your accent, and I want to copy it, but I won't.
Obsessed with y'alls.
Yeah. It's a bit like y'alls.
Also, babe, when you were like, we've been working 12 to 16-hour days, we both looked at each other and were like, wouldn't fucking know what that is.
Wouldn't know if it hit us in the face. 16 hours at work. Sorry. This is the thing, though. Like, to work that hard on something, like, I get it, babe. That's running through your blood.
Yeah.
Like,
eat, sleep, breathe.
Rave, repeat, Democrats. Kamala Harris. You're deep. So I can totally understand how for you it's not just politics. It's politics, but it's also like
your work and your passion and like why you get up every morning and like
what, and you disagree with it all of a sudden.
Well, the thing is, it's probably not all of a sudden.
Surely, though, how have you not had conversations up to that point where you go, God, he's a little bit right wing?
Okay, I don't want to generalize
the right wing.
Yeah,
sure.
But sometimes, especially the American right wing, sometimes I
honestly don't know them.
They are good at masking.
Oh, they're maskers?
Yeah, they're very good at masking. And then they say something and you almost think, maybe they were joking.
Oh, is it sarcastic?
Yeah.
That abortion comment. Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you realise, no, they weren't joking. But that might take some time.
And you laugh aloud and they're looking straight-faced and you're like, Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant it.
The problem is as well, if you've only found that out after you've had feelings for him, then you are in a little bit of a pickle. Because like, what?
Also, how do I talk about this without offending anyone? My ex...
She's probably going to offend someone else.
I'm only going to offend my ex-boyfriend, so who gives a shit, really? My ex and I had very different...
political opinions.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was fine with it when those debates were done in a really loving, caring, considerate way. I'm all open to hearing other people's opinions. I find it quite interesting. It will always, I think, come to head when it's either on something that is personal to you, like a political issue that you feel really personally attached to or strongly about, or when you think about potentially raising kids.
Yes.
Because I think for us, it was fun. It was all a joke over a beer most of the time, debating.
Kind of like push away.
Yeah, like, because I don't work in politics, so it's not my everyday. And I can just like have a wine and get drunk and shout at you about it. And it's kind of like quite funny and fine until you really start to think about the morals and the values that you would instill in your children if you had them.
Well, this is the question, is like, how important are shared values in a relationship? Because I would argue they are in the top 5 things of importance. I do.
What are you and Raw like? Do you disagree on anything?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think...
How often to have sex, mainly. But other than that... and the dishwasher stacking. That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's in our top 2 arguments, actually. We do have differing opinions, but I think not like that polar. Like they're not that different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Raw does have quite like, very strong opinions on some things.
Yeah, he doesn't often sit on the fence, Raw.
No, but trying to think of an example that's not like wildly inappropriate
to out him for. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's not stuff that like...
He's not out with his Make America Great Again hat. Don't worry about it.
He's not Make America Great anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like he might have like... Raw's very good at like seeing the other side of the fence, which I'm like, not good at.
If it's healthy debate, it gets me going.
Yeah.
Like fine, but if it's like...
But if you drill down into what do you actually believe as a person, like we would agree on most stuff.
Yeah.
Because I really don't think that you can be with someone who, for example, believes that in abortion banning, if you... and you're going to have a daughter and what happens? And like, do you know what I mean? I just don't think that it's a path that you can really tread, like there's no careful about it.
Sounds to me like that this girl is going to have to leave him, right? Like they're not going to stay together, surely. How's she going to work in the morning? I'll be embarrassed.
If you met someone who... It's a bit different in the UK, like a bit. Because
a little bit, so because we can be a bit more wishy-washy with our views.
More, like centrist about everything.
Yes.
If you met someone now who had like really different political opinions to you, like kind of the same vibe, would that be a deal breaker for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. Of course it would be.
Thing is, like, I wouldn't like label it as like political opinions because I actually wouldn't say, I mean, everyone's political. Obviously, you have a vote and you use it. But like, I think it's a stupid thing to say. I am political. I think everyone should be. And yeah, I think I couldn't... It stops you sleeping well at night, that shit. It actually does. Yeah. Like those fundamental things that you can argue over and you can always understand someone else's opinion and like where they came from. But at the end of the day, you just think, I don't get it.
There's also a difference if you're, okay, so like if he's someone that you can have a debate with and like you can talk him round and he can understand, like it's not like hard and fast.
That's it. It's when it's hard and fast, no, you're wrong. And also they like diminish your opinion because they think theirs is so much stronger.
Correct. That's impossible to be with.
Also, do you know what I found or find? Not just about my ex, but in general, when you...
No defamation
to his personality, because whatever. But when you have a certain mindset, viewpoint, political stance, you tend to surround yourself with people that are similar.
Agree.
And I have loads of friends that are way like further like left than me, for example, that I know bringing like a... fascist, for example, into the mix. Rahana's face.
I'm in shock.
She dropped the F-bomb. But you know what I mean? Like if I were to date someone that was like severely this guy might be, it's like, my friends aren't going to get him and that's not nice. Like everyone's just like constantly disagreeing. I have a space for really healthy debate.
Agree.
I think it's really important, but I think there's some things you probably need to agree on
with that person. You can have that debate with someone in the pub, but you don't need to be doing that at home.
You can't be sucking their dink
You can't be sucking their dink while they're talking about banning abortion. It's madness.
Do you know what I mean? You actually can't.
Yeah.
Popping my pill every day religiously. Fucking twat. Horrible. It's just too much. She must leave him.
The irony is, she'll get pregnant and he'll go, no, I don't want a baby. You've got to get rid of it.
Oh.
Always the effing way.
Yeah. You best believe. We're going to do question of the week now.
Conversation. Really interesting.
Really interesting. And also 2 voice notes that were very good and very juicy, and we're so proud of you. The voice notes are getting really good. Sorry, can I just ask, like, from politics to nails? Babe, do you ever find that your nails, like, you catch them when they're this long and they feel a bit like sore? I feel like they might snap off at any minute. They're so long.
Because you need to have the biab fresh. Like, after a while, it does get a bit like
a bit brittle.
Yeah. Okay, you need to ask for G. Her name's G.
Oh, yeah, I've had her before. She's very, very good.
The one with the 4 hearts.
Yeah.
Are you guys still doing biab?
Yeah, babe.
What do you mean still?
Have you not seen the TikTok about the fact that we're literally hoodwinked?
Stop, because it's not real.
It's not real.
It's just gel.
Really bad for your nails.
Don't say. I don't want to hear it.
I'm a through and through gel girl.
Also, your nails are amazing.
Very strong and very long. And I used to have very weak nails.
Strong and long.
Weak nails.
Mindful and demure.
Strong and long.
Very cutesy.
Okay.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. Oh, wait. Richard, play the jingle now. Question of the week. How long do you wait until you introduce someone to your parents? The options.
Let me answer.
The options were straight away or 6 months plus. I reckon you could have gotten 3 months plus, because 6 months is long.
3 months for some people, like, as in if you just started dating, you're not even really boyfriend and girlfriend by 3 months. So I thought 6 months you're safe in boyfriend and girlfriend territory.
True.
I would go straight away because it doesn't really bother me. I quite like my parents to, like, get a gauge. You know, some people are like, no, I'm really careful with who I, like, introduce to the family. Like, I would take my time, la, la, la. That's not me. I'm straight in.
Rahana?
I don't have an answer because I don't get into relationships.
Because she likes toxic people.
They like me. Or clearly not.
I'm a toxic magnet is what she's trying to say.
She is.
Okay, what do you think people voted?
I reckon people voted 6 months plus.
Yeah, 75%.
Is
people.
it?
Oh, guys, I think 6 months a bit much.
I don't know, babe, because I don't know, babe. It would take me a minute.
6 months. I could be in and out in 6 months.
What were you going to say? I've got things in my fridge older than 6 months.
I do.
You do?
Huh?
Like what?
Parmesan?
Babe, like everything.
Pardon?
There's
you
chocolate
should.
in her fridge that is like from last Christmas. It's actually a really depressing place to be. It's like a graveyard for food. It's really sad.
Where food goes to die.
It is where Gusto packets go to die.
There's a packet of tomato puree in there that I reckon's been in there since the day we moved in 2021. Like, I'm not even joking.
Sorry, how long did it take you to introduce Raw?
And I
bet it was longer than 6 months.
It was really quite fun. Babe, we were boyfriend, girlfriend, and after meeting 3 times.
Sweet.
I mean, we were just so stupid then. I didn't know what the hell we were thinking, but...
you were long distance. You had to lock him in.
Yeah,
you didn't know what he'd be doing when you were away.
He could be out snogging Geordies all night.
Absolutely not having any of it.
People used to make fun of us, being like, you literally met each other 3 times, and like, now you're what? Boyfriend, girlfriend? Weird.
Weirdos.
No, we were quite fast. I would say, we started going out in February, and I think like Easter holidays, we met each other's parents. So like, what, 2-3 months?
Really? I love it.
It is.
Friends as well. Get them in. Get them involved.
Friends is different because like friends are friends.
Well, it depends how you see your parents. Like, what kind of authority figure are we seeing? Like, I'm not really seeing, sorry, love you, mum and dad. They're not really like, not looking for your respect. Like, if you don't like the man I'm with, then that's on you. I'm dating him, not you.
Especially now.
Yeah, like that doesn't, I would take your opinion on board. Thank you so much for your kind words. But I'm not going to like, whereas I know some people have that with their parents where it'd be like, my dad doesn't like you, then you're out.
Yeah.
Have you watched Love is Blind?
Yes.
Have you seen how the parents were reacting to
Quite Jasmine's mum.
So intense.
So intense.
Understandable, but
intense. She's actually got a lot of hate online, and Jasmine had to like speak out and be like, my mum's amazing, and she just speaks her mind. She's an Asian mama. And she basically said that because this guy dropped out of uni, she said, do you know, it's really hard to speak to uneducated people. Bearing in mind, he's like a grown man with a job, a house, like he's good. Like,
I mean, that's a bit much.
Bless
they're the
her.
only people who are still together, so
yeah, they're the only, like, they're married, having a good life, happy
also,
life. And she was like, love him 110% now. So she's on board.
Sometimes, you know, like maybe you have this a bit more when you're younger, but like if your parents don't like someone, like you're almost like more inclined to prove them wrong.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, he's like a great guy.
To be fair, I could do with some more opinion from my parents. They're so like, wait until I've gone through 3 years of heartache and then they'll tell me.
Could you not do that?
Would you not tell me before that you didn't like him?
Don't worry.
Really?
I'll be telling you.
One of my exes, I remember, I broke up with him and I said to my dad, I was like, oh, this has happened multiple times, but I was like, I'm just like, what did you think about him? Like, I just obviously feel quite heartbroken that we're not together anymore. And my dad was like, never liked him, most arrogant man I've ever met.
But you not have told me that 2 years ago,
you know what I said? Are you okay?
What are you doing?
Not that I'd have done anything about it, but would have been good to know. It rings true in the back of your mind somewhere.
That is not true. That is not true. And especially you, babe. Sometimes you say something to her and she's like, meh, 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 and then like 3 months later she'll come around and say, oh yeah, actually. So I don't actually think that's true.
3 months it takes me, 3 months to listen to what I've been told.
True story.
True story. 3 to 6 working months. Should we do a recap? Gorgeous. We normally do the recap before question of the week, but we're out of practice and we don't know what we're doing anymore. Again, number 1. Oh, these are brilliant voice notes. I want to say once again,
showing up. Thank you,
2 stars of the week this week.
Yeah.
I'd give everyone a star of the week.
Rich, by the way, everyone's been commenting on the YouTube how much they love your graphics. So I just want to say thank you so much.
We love you.
Okay, Yanis number 1, half bitch, half
oh, sorry, also Rich, because your meter's going to be through the roof on this app. So sorry, and sorry, mum.
Listen, put that in your LinkedIn bio. You might attract some people with a sense of humour.
It's funny, like you could say on a bad day, I'm half bitch, half
my ex-boyfriend said,
ex is he now?
Yeah, he
I've dumped him for you.
He should be.
Why don't you just play him this? Right, get it on now, babe. Get him in the room. Get it on. And we're just going to say to him,
listen up, you fucking little piece of shit.
We're going to say, you've got a lot of groveling to do. If you're going to have this amazing woman in your life, you can't just get away with saying shit like that.
I also would say maybe you need to go to therapy because I feel like the journal's not quite hitting the spot. If you're writing, I wish you got run over by a car, I think you do need to see a professional.
You actually might need help and your mental health might have been in the pits, but it's actually not an excuse because behaviour is behaviour.
Say it again. She's so serious.
I'm so serious. Get behaviour is behaviour on a t-shirt.
Okay, number 2, American Yanis.
We love your accent, number 1.
I love you so much, and I'm so sorry you're working for 16 hours. You've got to find a new job, babe.
She's passionate, babe, but she's bringing the country into a new Brat era. Okay? She's working overtime for the Brats, so let her work.
Sorry. Okay, after Kamala gets elected, you best take a big long holiday.
Do they give you a holiday, babe?
After the election, surely.
Also, surely, is it like the movies where you're all eating pizza and shagging each other and having the best time ever? Because have you seen in the movies?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're all in those offices and they're so fueled by like do good and they're eating pepperoni pizza and they're shagging the guy they're working with and then they're back to work and then they're flyering. And
hopefully it is like that.
I hope so, babe. I hope you're having a good time.
Anyway, tell your friend...
she has to leave him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because it's just going to keep cropping up and also she's going to low-key resent him and then she's actually going to fight. Like, you know the fights you have with the world? Like, you know, like, oh, I can't walk home feeling safe. And then you can, if you get distracted by that, take that out on your male partner, for example.
Sometimes you... like fight a corner that you don't even care about.
Yeah, so you're just gonna be finding every excuse to rip him to shreds because you don't believe in what he believes in. And I just think that's gonna be a recipe for disaster.
Life's too short. You know, your relationship should be a place of sanctuary.
Find someone in the party, maybe. You know you're safe then. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Find someone that you're working with.
ideally.
We don't recommend that actually, do we, as a proxy?
The Democrat Party's pretty big. I reckon you could find someone there.
Yeah, maybe from a different state.
Yeah, good.
Bit of air, fair.
Okay, team, we must go now. We love you so much. Thank you. Please keep sending in your epic voice notes. Please.
Oh, and please subscribe because, guys, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you this, but I'm going to anyway. Rahana, didn't we have a great meeting about how good our numbers are?
A fabulous meeting.
But the one area of improvement is listener to subscriber rate. So if you could all...
So if you're listening and you haven't subscribed, shame on you.
I'm actually going to... Just wait right there. Just 1 second.
You're not getting the stats up,
I'm getting the stats up right now.
She's getting the stats up,
Right,
Rahana.
listen, I know that more than 849 of you have listened to this podcast, and we've only got 849 5-star reviews and considerably less subscribers than that. So what the hell are you all doing? Get subscribing.
And if you guys ever want to see what I look like, you better press that button.
Ain't that the truth? Okay, love you, bye.
Love you, bye.